If you're used to yoga and you're used to coming to the classes and you know an adjustment to make that feels good in your body, make that adjustment. If you don't, if you've no idea what to do for that, I would say just leave it out for tonight. And if you want, you can send me a text and I can jump on Zoom for you for 5-10 minutes and just show you ways around it. Say if you've an injured wrist and you don't know how to do cat-cow with not being on your wrist or something. So if there's anything that comes up for you during the 4 weeks that you want support with how to make an adjustment for you, send me an email or a text or whatever, and I can sort that out for you. Let me think, is there anything else? Also, if there's anything that you particularly would like to include, if you have any favourite poses or whatever else that you'd like me to include in it, again, send me a text or an email and I'll work them into the classes as long as they're safe to do at home. I can't think of anything else. So, if you're happy out, what I'm going to do then is invite you just to come to stillness. So find a position to come to stillness. Oh, I better mute you all. I'm going to mute you all as well. So that means that if your dog comes in, licks your face and barks, that's all grand because no one else is going to hear it. They're just going to be disturbing you. Okay, so now you're all on mute. So now you can just totally relax. Take a breath in and just sigh it out. Just release. So for this next 60 minutes, you'll be led by me. I suggest you make it 90 minutes, that you tell everybody else it's a long class. So simply just come to stillness. And my theme for today's class, what I was looking at for this 4 weeks, I was reading a wonderful book about regrets that people have when they get older, things that they haven't done during their life. So there was 4 of them and we've got 4 weeks, so it's perfect. So the one that I want us to play with today, or I'm inviting you to play with today, is to allow yourself be happy. So just notice, even as you say that, notice where that lands in your body. And so let's have a little bit of fun. So taking a breath in, just sigh it out and let that sigh be loud. It has an effect on your nervous system. Over the next 4 weeks, I really want to work with our nervous system to just unwind it a little bit, release it a little bit. Have a little release of neck, head and shoulders. A little play. And then from here, in your own time, we're going to come to standing. So come to standing. And just when you first come to standing, find that space. Just release, wiggle. One of the things I like to do is pulsing, but for this time, standing, you can kind of shake it out. Just let the day go. Let your whole body become heavy. And yet there's a lightness, because maybe you're on your toes. Maybe you're on your toes. And just have a little wiggle. Maybe swinging your arms a little bit. Maybe having even the hands over your head and letting them swing down. Just start to notice. Notice where in your body is there freedom to wriggle. And notice where in your body is it like a bit, if you've been sitting working at your desk, working on a computer lying on your bed or some other kind of crazy physical position that we've been in. Just release that out. Just let it all go. And then maybe come to a kind of a rotation, a kind of a swinging kind of movement. And then we can let the bounce release down. So easing from the bounce. Feeling that residue from the bounce and returning to like a swinging. As you do that, allow your entire body swing. So your feet, you'll notice your feet can rock over onto one side, rock back to the other. knees, hips, shoulders, head, neck. And then let's gradually reduce that amount of movement. So keep your feet still, earth to the ground. Just allow the movement from your ankles. Notice the difference in the amount of movement available when you take the feet out. Take the ankles out of it. Keep the knees down. See by keeping the hips still. Keeping the shoulders still. Head and neck. And bringing that to stillness. And then just be there. Find your breath now. See, can you feel your breath from your feet? The whole way into your torso, out your fingertips to the top of your head. Releasing down. Allowing yourself be anchored, be grounded. Letting yourself touch the earth. And then in your own time, from touching the earth, let's reach up and reaching for the stars. Reaching through the right side. Reaching through the left side. Often we do this lying on the ground, but now let's do it standing, reaching, reaching. And then what's it like to go diagonal? So from right hand to left foot. Left hand to right foot. Through the body. Then let's the X, the human X, go in all directions, maybe even onto your toes. And coming back to center. Feeling the release. Sometimes these really simple things that we can do during the day can really make a difference. From here, let's go to standing banana, so working through the side body. So you can take your feet together if you like, or slightly apart. We're going to take our arms into the air, and we're going to make the shape of a banana. So interlocking your fingers sometimes can give you a little bit of stability. I quite like James Bond hands, you know, like it's a gun. Allowing your hips go to one side as your head and shoulders go to the other. And so you're creating like this banana or C shape. See, what is it like on your feet? Releasing back to center. Releasing the hands. Noticing the difference in the side of the body. Going again, the opposite way. So see if you can interlock your fingers the opposite way. So whichever hand, switch your fingers. So whichever one was on top, the other one is on top. Reaching to the stars, sending the hips in one direction and the arms in the other. Easing, releasing, and then back to center. Arms down. From here, let's continue working into the shoulders, so the somatic movement into the shoulders. You're going to just take your shoulders, and this you can do at your desk, or taking your shoulders, so where they are now is neutral. So going from neutral up to your ears, and just back to neutral. Don't drop them. Doing this 3 times. After doing it 3 times, reverse. So going down, so you're dropping your arm from neutral, drop the shoulder down, and back to neutral. Doing that 3 times. From there, just going to tilt the camera back a little slightly. From there, coming forward, so rolling from neutral, rolling the shoulders forward and back only to neutral 3 times. And finally, from neutral, sending the shoulders back towards each other, sticking your chest out. Well, you're not really sticking your chest out, but it'll have that effect. Releasing the shoulders back again, doing that 3 times. And from there, with this new freedom in our shoulders, you can take our shoulders through the full circle now, joining those 4 positions up. Rolling them around, back and down. After 3 times in one direction, guess what? 3 times in the other direction. Notice that this might feel odd. This isn't a movement we typically do. We typically look to go the opposite way. After your 3rd time, releasing them back so they're in that nice neutral position. Feel what it feels like. Wriggle it out. From here, let's stick with the arms for a minute. Allowing the arms out. Notice, have you propped, have you undone all your the good at the up around your ears? Can you release the shoulders back, slightly bend the elbows and send the arms out so they're a continuation of your body. Spreading the fingers. Tilting the hands up so it's like stopping traffic. Tilting the hands down. Bringing the hands up. Rotating the arms down. Rotating the arms in the other direction. Last time, rotating them back. Rotating them the opposite way. And again, out. Soften the elbows slightly and then send them out again. If your arms are starting to get tired, take them down, shake them out and go again. From here, we're building a little bit of strength in these shoulders. Imagine that you are a teacher and you've got the kids, the choir, and you want them to make more noise. So you're asking them, palms facing up, and just asking the kids to be louder, louder. Palms facing down, ask them to be quieter, quieter. Palms facing behind you. Shh, go back, go away. Oh, gone too far, they're nearly out the garden. Turn your palms forward, bring them forward. Let's do that all one more time. We're going to be quick though. Louder, quieter, back, forward, and shake them out. Give it a little wriggle. Really shake them out. So that's what we're looking at all the time. A bit of mobility and a little bit of strength. So feel that. Can you feel the tingles? I can feel tingles the whole way down my arm into my fingers. See how it goes. Now I need my notes for this to make sure we do this in our... Okay. So from here, let's come to our... We're going to play a little bit with the arms, but we're now going to start to bring the lower body in. So we take a lot of tension as we worry. We'll take tension into our shoulders, but insecurity about what's going on in the world, that can take tightness into our hips. So we're looking to release both shoulders and hips. So we're going to play with this rock around the world. The first pose in the rock around the world is the goddess pose, because that's what we are. So taking yourself into a wide-legged stand. From a wide-legged stand, look to bend your knees and come up again. Just bend and release. And then the next time you come down, see if you can stay down. So you're in a slight squat, depending on how deep you want to come. And then include the hands. So hands into goddess pose. See how that is for you. Coming back up. How was it on your legs? Do you need to rock the legs out? And then see about going back down again. Let your breath be your focus. So if it becomes too tough, you'll notice it in your breath, releasing back up again. Last time, coming down to goddess. From goddess, coming on up, arms out, palms up, feet out. We're going to play a bit of Charlie Chaplin, hands down, feet in. Just rotate, hands up, feet out. Oops, I'm falling over. Hands down, feet in. From our feet in, we're going to then just take one leg, the right leg, out. So left leg is staying turned in, right leg is turned out. And so we're into, from here, send your hip back. We're going to rotate into triangle pose. So see how it goes for you. Just come a little bit. You don't have to come the whole way. From triangle, bend the knee so you can come the whole way to side angle. From side angle, now this is where you're going to lose seeing me for a second, because you're going to rotate around to look at your foot and come into this fold the whole way over that leg. From the fold over that leg, you're going to turn your foot to center and move yourself to center so you're into a wide-legged forward bend. And just pause here, release here. First forward bend of the day, so ease into it. Maybe bending one leg, bending the other leg. Maybe seeing about finding release into those hips. Then whenever you're ready, you're going to bend both knees and have a little pause. From here, bum back up in the air, full forward fold, and we're going to head in the other direction. So turning both feet to the left. As you turn both feet to the left, let the torso move with them. So now you're in a forward fold over your left foot. Straight legs, 2 straight legs. Bending your left knee, taking your left elbow onto your knee. And now you can turn back towards your screen and you're into the side angle. Arm can be over your ear or by your side. From side angle, we're coming into triangle on this side. So you're going to straighten the bottom leg and allow the arms just come from triangle, bending the front knee to allow yourself come back up through warrior, back to center, back to goddess, and back to prayer. Heel toe, heel toe. How are you doing? So that's the sequence. We're going to do it 3 times. So we're basically rocking around the world. You'll notice into your hips, into your shoulders, including goddess, triangle, side angle, forward fold, warrior, and the whole way back up. So you get a little bit of everything. When you're ready, step or jump the feet apart. From here, hands at heart, let your breath come in, your breath come out. We are warriors rocking around the world. Come and find your goddess. I have no idea why they call this goddess. I do not feel like a goddess, but it's called goddess, so I wanted to include it. But I feel more like a rugby player, but anyway, we'll call it goddess. When you're in your goddess pose, what's going on with your pelvis? Can you really engage your pelvic floor? Are you still breathing? Do you feel like a goddess? From goddess, coming up, coming out, we're playing Charlie Chaplin. Hands up, feet in. Hands down, feet out. Hands up, feet in. Hands down, feet out. Last one, hands up, feet in. From here, leaving the left where it is, turning the right to go out. And so we're into, from here, come into a straight leg, straight arms, sending your left hip back. So you're leaning forward. We're about to come into triangle. So hip back, leaning forward, and then allow that rotation continue. And so we're into triangle. From triangle, bending that front knee, allowing the arm continue over. And so we're into side angle. From side angle, continuing, the hand is going to come the whole way down to the ground. And now both hands are on the ground or heading towards the ground. The front knee is bent, the right knee is bent, you're looking at the ground. From there, rotating around to the center, forward fold. From forward fold, little bend of the knees. And from that, then letting the power through your feet the whole way up through your butt and down your spine, long spine. From forward fold, we're now going to turn to the left side. So rotating both feet to the left, both hands are following, and you're now in a fold over your left leg, looking at the ground. Bending the left knee, you're going to now use that power to just come up slightly, come halfway up. Left elbow on the left knee, right hand can come on up and you open up. Opening up. From here, we're coming up a little bit more. So pushing ground into the ground as you straighten that leg. As you straighten the leg, the arms come 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock, and we're in triangle. From triangle, bending that front knee to be able to bring yourself back up, through warrior briefly, and back to center, back to goddess. Heel toe, heel toe. Twice around the world. Can you feel it into your glutes? Can you feel it into the tops of your hips? Following your breath. Noticing your nervous system, because you don't know this sequence, because I just made it up a few hours ago, that it's kind of, am I doing it right? Hopefully this time you'll start to really be able to relax into it. Find the joy. Step or jump. Coming to goddess. Find the goddess. Imagine you're holding the world in your hand. We're going to rock around the world. From goddess to Charlie Chaplin. I'm not sure why goddess and Charlie Chaplin are straight after each other. So feet in, hands down. Feet out, hands up. Feet in. And from here we're going to start to rock around the world. So to the right, right foot out. Bending the, sorry, I forgot, I have to go into triangle first. So left hip back, reaching forward, rotating down to triangle. From triangle, continuing the movement, knee bends and we're coming into side angle. From side angle, feel the length from your toes to your heel. And then continue that rotation. So now you're in a forward fold over your right foot. From here, using that power of the right foot to rotate you to a forward fold center. Forward fold center, just taking a moment, bending the knees into a nice deep squat. From your nice deep squat, sending the power through your feet, up through your hips, through your spine to the top of your head. And then rotating once more to the left side. Starting with a straight left leg, looking at the ground on the left side. Then bending the left leg, using the power from that left foot through the left leg to raise slightly so you come in once more to side angle. Left elbow on the left knee, right hand over your, from side angle, power from the feet. This movement is coming from the feet. You're coming up into triangle, so straight front legs and arms at 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock. From 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock, just pause for a second and notice how much more freedom you have in this pose now. From 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock, bending that front knee so you're again taking the power from the earth. Briefly through warrior as you come back to center, come back to goddess, and step or jump back to. Let your breath settle. And then as a counterpost to all of that opening that we're doing, we're going to close. How are we going to close? We're going to play with our standing balance, and after that we're coming down, so don't worry. The balance, you can do any balance that you like. And this is where it's always handy to have a chair or a wall or something to help you. The balance that I'm going to play with today is eagle pose, because it's the exact opposite to what we've done. We have been opening up and rocking around. Now we're closing up and coming in. So if you know that this is a pose that you need support with, find a wall or a chair. Back of a chair is great. The first side we're going to go in legs first, the second side we'll go in arms first, and then that way you will we'll play with it. So when you're ready, find your feet, and as from that foot, we're going onto the right foot first. Really find the foot on the ground, so really spreading the right foot. And then heading towards lifting the left. Spreading the right foot, lifting the left. And then when you're ready, see what it's like. Where are you going to go today? So we're crossing over. So you can either cross just and leave the foot on the ground beside you. You can cross and take it to your calf. Or for some of you, you may be able to cross and wrap it around so that you catch the calf with the toes. So see what it feels like for you today. Which pose, which way suits you on this leg. And then whatever leg is on the top is the opposite arm that's going on the top. So check it out. So left leg is on top, so right arm is on top. You're crossing your arms, cross them at the elbow. Again, this may be where you stay. You may hug, or you may be able to interlock back of the palm to the back of the palm, or hand to hand. And then find your breath. Find your breath. Releasing, seeing how it is. How is your balance now? And then unwind, come out of this. See if you can come out of this with stability. So releasing the arms, releasing the legs. Find your feet. Easing in, finding your feet. And then when you're ready, we'll go the other way. It's very helpful to have something to hold on to. What we said was we would go arms first. So try it with arms first. If that's too difficult to get into, then switch. So the right arm was on top the last time, so the left arm is going to be on top this time. So you find your elbows, cross at your elbows. That might be where we stay, because depending on how tight your shoulders are today, that might be your play place. Alternatively, you may be able to bring the arms up so that they're close to each other. Or if you can get your elbows crossed enough, you may be able to get palms back to back or interlock them. If you find it easy to interlock them, then what you're looking to do is take your elbows away from your chest and your hands away from your face. Totally depends on what's going on in your shoulders. Now here's the hard part. Notice what leg is on top. Sorry, what arm is on top. It's the opposite leg that's going on top. So fine, now feel what it's like. You've no hands. Allow your left foot really sink into the earth, and then take your right foot across. So take your time at this, because you've no hands to help you balance. Take your leg across. It might be that you stay on your toes. It might be that you can take it to your calf. It might be that you can link it around. It might be that you lean up against a wall. Tying yourself in knots. See how much more difficult it is to come into this pose with no arms. Can you find your stillness? Can you enjoy the unease or the wobbliness? And then releasing. Let's come out the way we came in. Releasing the feet. Releasing the shoulders. Holy smoly. Release it out. Roll it out. Easing it out. Releasing it out. Taking the arms, maybe swinging them a little bit one direction. Or swinging the knee. See what it is. Where in your body do you need to find that release? And then when you're ready once more, just come to stillness. Let your breath settle. It's going to get easier from here on in. Well, we've one more thing to do, and then we're on the ground. So from here, we're going to come to all fours, but the way I'm going to invite you to all fours is through a squat. Why am I inviting you through a squat? Because functionally, squats are really good for us. So, see how it is. If you know that squats are not your thing, then once again, use a chair or something to help you come down. We're coming onto all fours. If you're free, if you're independent, if you know you like your squats, then just come down into your squat. Take a moment in the squat before you come. On the other hand, if you haven't done a squat in like 40 years, hold on to the chair and see what it's like. Come to wherever you can come to, just to get that practice. And then whenever you've had enough, just come onto your knees and come onto all fours. So taking your time, finding your way, easing yourself down, and ultimately we'll meet in the ground in all fours. Now once you come to all fours, you'll notice now you're on your wrists. So there's a whole new challenge to pose for us on our wrists. So release at the wrists, bending the wrists from one way, bending them in the other way, so that you're really easing them out. Maybe spreading the fingers, maybe rotating them. If you know you've been sitting on a computer all day, or worse still, you've been on a laptop in a funny position on your bed all day, then really give these wrists a moment. And whenever you're happy to come onto the weight, bringing weight onto your wrists, then come to all fours. If after a moment or two your wrists have had enough, come off them, roll them out, and then go back onto them again. Don't ever strain your wrists. There is no muscles, they're all ligaments, so don't be putting they won't recover very quickly, so please do not do any harm to your wrists. Come off them first. And so from all fours, once you come to all fours, again, the same as when you first come to standing, notice, wriggle a little bit, ease a little bit. See what tension is in your head and neck. Can you release that? Easing it out. And from there, then when we're happy, we'll meet into cat-cow. So starting with just plain old cat-cow, that is a really strong, powerful pose. Moving from your tailbone, allowing your pelvis to tilt, allowing your back to arch. See if you can arch it the whole way like a curl, and ultimately the head will drop. When you switch directions, moving from the tailbone, allowing the belly to come, but it's actually the spine that's moving. It's not that you're just letting your belly flop. And then the head comes up. Playing with this movement just 2 or 3 more times, easing through and releasing. From there, if you want to then bring a little bit, depending, cat-cow is really powerful in of itself, but if you want to, you can start to arch your back and head towards your heels as you come down, which means maybe a slightly wider stance is nice as you hinge forward, releasing the belly towards the chest, the belly towards the ground as it comes forward. And so making these little circles, releasing your butt back towards your heels, scooting forward. This is the start of the 8-point pose for anybody doing the morning yoga with us. Releasing and easing. The next time you're back at neutral, pause. And from neutral, that was forward and back. I'm going to invite you to go side to side. What does that look like? It means as you're arching your back, you're tilting towards the right side. As you're allowing your belly dip, you're coming towards the left side. And so going from side to side. Still with cat-cow. Still arching as you go in one direction. And head and tail in the air, belly down as you go in the other. Playing with it, easing into it. And then ultimately bringing yourself back, come into stillness. From here, let's do another sort of around the world type of thing. Taking your right leg back. Keeping the toe on the ground and just releasing into it. So you're releasing down through all of the back body. So pushing from the front hands back through. From there, taking that right leg and bringing it across to the left. So now we've got a side body stretch. You can have a look at the toe, turn to look at the toe, and now you have full banana stretch. Bringing it back around, seeing what it's like to scoot it around to the side. Is that available to you? I've just got a cramp in my hip. So maybe it's not available. So see what it's like, bringing it around, maybe sitting back, playing. From there, it might be available to bring it the whole way to the front of the body and bringing it between the hands. And so we're in like a low lunge on knee on the ground. If you can't scoot it in, what you can do is just bring it back to all fours and step through. So either way, you're going to end up with the right leg between the hands. And then just hinging forward and hinging back into this nice low lunge. And then walking your way back again. Walking the hand out, from between the hands, walk the foot out to the side. And from the side, sliding it back around and bringing yourself back to all fours. From there, we go to the other side. So what does it look like to the other side? Taking the left leg back. Taking the left leg back. First, just easing in and back, releasing into that calf, hamstring, the whole arm. Then sliding the left leg, if you can, to the right. Having a little look over your right shoulder and looking at the toe. Coming back to center, you're back at neutral. From neutral, then see what it's like to take that leg around. See where mobility you have in that hip. See what is it like. Play. If there's a particular place that you feel a little bit tight or a little bit stuck, play in that place so you can hinge forward and back. Play. If it's available to you, walk the foot the whole way around till it comes to the front and bring it between the two hands. If that is not available to you, simply step it between the two hands. I say that as if it was easy. And again, hinging forward and back, releasing into the hips. And then in your own time, in your own way, walking it back around, coming back to cat or to tabletop. From tabletop, just sitting back if it's available to you, onto your hunkers, into hare, releasing your arms out deep in front of you, straight, allowing them to come really long in front of you. Hands spread on the ground, shoulders released, head and neck active between your hands. And from here, tucking your toes, come to tabletop and just come to dog. Just one little dog, have a little play in dog. Bending your knees, sending your butt back. Walking the legs, walking one leg, walking the other leg. Releasing into it, enjoying that length. Dog is such a fantastic pose. And then in your own time, in your own way, coming down from dog onto your knees. And then rolling over onto your back. Getting ready for Shavasana. So we'll do a twist and a little rock around, another little movement before Shavasana. But now as you take this transition, get all your socks on, get your cardies, your jumpers back on, dim the lights. Get yourself all set up. Again, if you want to do legs up the wall or put your legs, it was really nice just to pop your legs onto a chair. So if you're like, we're not doing that, we're doing a twist first, so just have it ready. But if you have to put your feet on a chair, that's a really nice position for Shavasana. But we are going to do a twist first. So whenever you're settled, lay down on your back. Release the neck long, get a really nice long neck. Now in the head, just rotate side to side to get that long neck. Release the shoulders back and down. Taking the arms out into a T and feel the space. So I'm going to suggest a lying down twist if you want to do it. I'm just sitting up so you can see me. Lying down. And then allowing your knees go to one side as your head goes to the other. So the pose would be something like this. And just allow your breath to settle. Feel the expansion through one lung. Feel the space in that lung. Letting stillness come. Letting your eyes close. And then in a moment, engage your pelvic floor as you start to lift the legs. And maybe even use your hand to help lift the legs to center. Allowing the legs go the opposite way. The head turn. Finding the stillness. Allowing yourself to start that unwind. Feeling the breath in the other lung. And then when you're ready, once more, engage pelvic floor. Use your hands to bring your knees together. Rocking them up, hugging the knees into the chest for a minute. Just give yourself a little hug. And if you want to, if it's comfortable for you to take your head to your knees, then do that. Have a little roll, ease out. Notice if there's anywhere left that you want to release into. And then just let yourself come to the ground. Put the blanket over you. If you're putting your feet up the wall or on a chair, do that. If you have a hot water bottle, do that. Do whatever feels good for you in your body. And so we now come to stillness. Take a breath in and once more just sigh it out. Let it be. Bringing your attention to your breath. Finding your breath in your body. And then see what it's like to expand that breath. So let the breath fill your entire torso. As the body is breathing itself, there is an abundance of breath. As you inhale, your entire torso fills. As you exhale, it releases. Allowing that breath even pass through shoulders and hips to fingers and toes. And then allowing my voice become yours. Allowing your attention just sit gently on different areas through your body. Sensing your way, feeling your way. Allowing it just be, noticing your mouth. The roof of your mouth. the walls of your mouth, your tongue. The cheeks, your jaw, your ears, your eyes, your entire face as radiant sensation. Top of your head, back of your head, sensing your way, sensing where your head is in contact with the ground, finding your entire head and face as vibrant sensation. Into your neck, shoulders, right arm, right forearm, right wrist, right hand, right fingers. Your entire right arm has vibrant sensation. Left arm, left shoulder, left arm, left forearm, left wrist, left hand, left fingers. Your entire left arm has vibrant sensation. Both arms. Shoulders, back, torso, your belly. Your entire torso has vibrant sensation. Sensing your way. Feeling the connection. Feeling the weight of your torso against the ground. Feel the support that the ground is offering your torso. Hips. Right hip. Right leg. Knee. Calf. Right ankle. Right foot. Right toes. The sole of the right foot. Allowing your entire right leg become heavy. Feeling the sensation of it, the breath within it, each cell vibrating, the weight of it against the ground. Left hip, left leg, knee, left calf, left ankle, foot, left toes, sole of the left foot, feeling your way, letting go of thought, being, allowing your entire left leg being heavy, supported by the ground. Both legs together. Your entire body, a field of vibrant sensation. Supported. Allow your attention to sit on your heart. Notice No effort is required. Allow your heart fill with joy. And allow that joy fill your body. So moving from your heart, cell by cell, inch by inch. Your heart is so full of joy, contentment. It's safe to allow yourself, your entire body, feel joy. Dalai Lama talks about joy in terms of contentment, or wisdom is a word I like to use. So it's not this happy clappy thing. It's deeper. It's who you truly are. Allowing that joy fill through your body. And notice if there's resistance, just notice it like there are pebbles on a beach. The tide comes in regardless, it just works around them. So if there's resistance, simply leave it, notice it, and allow the joy come around it. Just like pebbles or boulders on the beach as the tide comes in. Allowing your entire body vibrate with joy, with wisdom, with contentment. And now from this place of stillness, this place of joy, of wisdom, allow your heart's deepest desire bubble up. What is it to be, to have life lived through you? Your deepest wish or mission. That gives your life a sense of purpose, a sense of meaning. A spontaneous desire that you wish to manifest more than anything else during this lifetime. Affirming that desire, acknowledging it, allowing it live through you and with you. And from this place of wisdom and this place of connection with your heart's deepest desire, I invite you to set an intention for yourself for this coming week. All intentions are welcome. So whatever bubbles up for you, receive it. Allowing this intention this gift that you're going to give yourself, and from this place, this gift, then you can pass it on to others. Allowing this intention to be in your body, so taking it in with a breath, breathing this intention into every cell in your body, and then just sighing it out, letting it go. Knowing that the universe will support you in manifesting this intention. And so from this place, I invite you to either stay still exactly as you are, to roll over onto your side and huggle your blanket in and really have a little rest, or to come back to seated. If you're coming back to seated, take your time, release, be, wriggle.